the car audio industry, we are blessed to have brands that have been around and since the beginning and have evolved with us, which makes things really fun because now we have old school meeting new technology. One of these brands, which is really exciting to talk about, is Massive Audio. We've got JR Mares coming on to tell us a little bit about what's been going on with Massive Audio and a couple of the new things that might be coming down the pipe. Now, JR, this is a brand that means a lot to many people. You guys have been in the business for a long time. Let's take this moment to just remind dealers the history and the story behind Massive Audio.
Yeah, Massive Audio, we've been around for a while. It was founded by Eddie Madani, and it's actually not his first brand. He's had a couple other brands with partners, but he decided that he had his own desire and his own direction that he wanted to go. And that's why he sort of left his partners and started Massive. And we've been pretty much ever since under his control and under his vision, except for now we're trying to expand for the new market. The audio scene has changed and we have to change with it. And that's one of the things that we're in the process of doing now is we're updating our designs, especially the cosmetics. So we've always been very performance-based, but a lot of our stuff we haven't changed in the last couple of years because it didn't break. It didn't have issues. But we're seeing that the market's now evolving on a mix of performance and cosmetics, and it was time for us to retool. So now there's new tooling, technology, parts that we can utilize. So, and there's new content too. You know, there's the 24-bit, 32-bit music streams that are happening. So we want to be able to adapt to that and be able to, come to terms with that.
And I'm very happy you brought that up, JR, because many may not know that the engineering, the tooling, everything is done right here in the US and always has been for Massive Audio. Now, keeping in mind the pillars of what makes Massive Audio, there's a great following there. But let's talk a little bit about those three values which are so important for Massive Audio. We're talking about performance, of course. We're talking about price point value. And I think one of the core things when it comes to Massive Audio is the fact that it plays loud music.
Yeah, performance for us, it's not just the performance, it's the sound quality. A lot of other brands that manufacture overseas or manufacture in the US even, they don't really test their product. A lot of the product, especially when from overseas ships wet, never tested, that's something that we don't do. So one of the things that we're very particular about is the parts that we use. So we do purchase a lot of parts ourselves and hold them. And that's one of the ways that we can hold our pricing. Another thing is we can hold our quality that way by not letting the factories do whatever they want to do. So what we focus on is making sure that our designs not only perform very well, but also have a lot of fidelity and are true to the source. It's about music. It's about getting that, recreating that feeling that you have in the concert where, all your senses are alive. It's more about that, and that's one thing that we want to bring to the market. So what we do is we call it, authentic, sustainable pricing. We try to sell our product and not gouge anyone. We want it to be fair. We want our dealers to make a little bit of money because they need to explain stuff. They need to set stuff up for a lot of our customers, but we want the customers to get a good deal too. So that's one of the things that, at Massive, you're not paying for our marketing. There's a lot of companies that just charge a lot of margin for their marketing because nowadays it's important. What we're trying to do is we're trying to make it more organic and more word of mouth.
Which leads us to, I believe, the fun part of this conversation, JR. Let's talk about some product. So we have some dealers that obviously are great followers of Massive Audio and others that might be, learning about this brand for the first time. So if I were to ask you, what are some of the highlight product that you would be most known for and very proud to display and let people audition, what would that be?
One of the products that we're very well known for is for our Hippo subwoofers. So the Hippo subwoofer has been a staple in, our line for many years. And it's one of the few products that was sold through distributors before the big bass got popular. And so the Hippo sub sort of has made a mark because it's one of the loudest subwoofers available right now. We just had a review done by Hi-Fi Vega that said it was one of the loudest woofers available at Amazon. Plus, we, again, for the quality, to assure the quality, we do buy like an American voice coil. Although we do ship it overseas and have it built overseas, we are using the American voice coils. We're using adhesives that we import. We have our own textile factory that weaves our spiders. So that's one of the things that makes the hippo is, the parts, the steel. We use 1008 steel on the back plate, something that's not readily available in China. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to build this consumer product, and it's gotten so popular that the competitors are not using it. And now we're actually coming up with a new platform where we're going to start building competitor product in the US for specific use, for these guys that want to compete. They need something different. And that's the problem, that people have been jumping from consumer to, competitor, with the woofers and the amplifiers. I mean, now that the amplifiers are getting more powerful and less expensive, we're seeing a lot of people without enough alternator current, because sort of the market's all, oh, well, just get batteries, but batteries don't create current, and that's what we need. We need power to make power. So what we've developed is a circuit called the BB circuit, which allows our MOSFETs in our amplifiers to work and not get below a certain voltage. Like if a MOSFET gets below like 9 volts, it can't turn on fully and it starts warming up. Whereas what we've done is we've created a separate circuit just to drive the MOSFETs. So if the power supply in the amplifier collapses, it won't collapse the power supply for the MOSFETs that drives them. And that's something that's very important, because that's where probably like 75% of the damage to the amplifier is happening because of that. And that's something that as a manufacturer, we should be figuring it out for the consumers. It's not something that should just be allowed, and it has been for many years.
All right, to finish this discussion today, JR, talk to us a little bit about what dealers can expect, and enthusiasts for that matter, for the future of massive audio as we look ahead.
Yeah, it's been a bit since we've really totally redesigned from the ground up, and that's what we're doing now. Because of the new technology, the new, 32-bit, 24-bit music, pro audio drivers are getting more popular because they can play more content. They can, catch up with the bit depth. That's one of the things that we've been really focusing on in our high-speed digital amplifiers. Not really high-speed digital. They're high-speed and they're Class D amplifiers, but they're referred to as high-speed digital. So for the future for us right now, it's really cool because this is the funnest time for me. This is one of the reasons why I came out of retirement, was because I saw all this new technology coming as far as recording material, and I saw that all the audio gear can't keep up with it, can't play all the depth that it has, the bit depth, or the sampling rates are very accurate, so the clarity. So I saw this as a very good opportunity to do what I love to do, is create new product for the consumers, and I want to create product that I'm proud of, and Massive's giving me that vehicle, and they have the same vision. So it was very amazing to be able to link up with them and do this.